Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching PR Talk Show, and I'm your host Muhammad Shahbaz Alam. Introducing Dr. Wasif Khan, global icon of pharmacovigilance and drug regulatory affairs, working with Evolet as head global pharmacovigilance. He has an experience of working with Ultra Vigilance Project. He is one of the globally known expert of pharmacovigilance, and now he is here to share the experience of working with the global regulated market, especially the US, UK, Europe, Japan, GCC, to name a few. The most important thing, just I want to share right now, he was bestowed with Pharma Ratan 2016, and yes, I'm proud to say he is one of the founder member of Pharma Ratan organizing team and Rabdi Meher. Welcome, Dr. Wasif Khan.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the nice words.
Dr. Wasif, I have one question first. Why did you join pharmacovigilance as a career? And can you say something in brief about your career?
Perfect. Okay. So, I did my master's and the basic pharma education from Hamdard University, which is the #1 institute in India from pharmacy education perspective. So I did my master's in pharmacy practice, which is also known as clinical pharmacology. So I started my career with a generic formulation-based company based in Noida, Cure Labs. So when I joined this, the company, the department was regulatory affairs, right? And they were introducing their medicines, anti-cancers, into European Union. And there they realize, or they have been told that they need a pharmacovigilance system to enter into that market. So, being the relevant one, they found me and asked me to join pharmacovigilance team because at that point of time they had hired an European consultant to take care of their pharmacovigilance activities. So they asked me to support him. So initially, to be honest, I was reluctant. I was like, why me? Am I stepson or what? Because I wanted to be into regulatory affairs. So this is how my journey started for pharmacovigilance. But fortunately, and now I can say with all the responsibilities that that was the life-changing decision, which was not taken by myself, but taken by my ex-bosses and the management of that company. And I'm fortunate for them. So, at the start of my career, I was fortunate to work with Dr. Kalin Lungu, who is a big name in European Medicine Agency or European territory. So, we developed pharmacovigilance system of Cure Labs, and we developed some of the SOPs, working instructions. We developed the reports like RNP and the PSURs to get it submitted to regulatory agency of European Medicine, European Union. So that's how my journey started, and then I served many big names of the pharma industry, including the regulatory authorities also. Because I when I was in Kyneps in 2010, I was responsible for a European Medicine Agency's project. Okay, so we were working on ultra vigilance. So I got in touch with some of the names in European Medicine Agency like Nick Halsey and Thomas Paternoster, and those guys were responsible mainly to develop Module 6 of good pharmacovigilance practices. And as I keep on saying that as far as pharmacovigilance goes, European Medicine Agency is the pioneer. They are way ahead of even US FDA as far as regulations of pharmacovigilance goes. So got an opportunity to work in a close association with them and help them to established, particularly Module 6 of GBP. And, from this experience to be a part of committee who has drafted guidelines for Indian, Indian IMAs, pharmacovigilance guidelines. So those guidelines are already into public domain, and each of the Indian company who has their products into the market, they need to follow those guidelines.
Very good. Dr. Wasif, I have second question. Because pharmacovigilance is new, not only new, but even new for the pharmaceutical industry. Because our pharma manufacturers are not aware about even the meaning of pharmacovigilance. And when you talk about the PV, they don't understand the PV. So they're not actually, see, the most of the pharmacovigilance manufacturers and marketeers, exporters and importers. See, exporter and importers has a different kind of perspective. But manufacturers and marketers, they're not understanding the pharmacovigilance as such right now. Why it is happening, though pharmacovigilance is implemented in India in 2014? Or
Right.
the status?
Yeah. Yeah. So, Mr. Shehbaz, to be honest, adverse drug reaction reporting is something which should be our habit. If we are taking any particular medicine, each and every medicine has some beneficial effects as well as some hazardous effects also. Not a single medicine is excreted from our body 100%. Right? It would be there in traces, like 0.0001% maybe. It would be there in your body. So if it is there in your body, it will do something, right? So no drug is safe in the world, we can say at this point of time. So this is how the requirement of pharmacovigilance is there. But the bitter fact is, even we as healthcare professional, we the pharmacists, nurses, or even the physicians, we too are not fond of reporting adverse drug reactions to the company, to the regulatory agency. If we found something happening to our relatives, to our friends, somebody in your society, or even to yourself. So just like, if we took anything and if diarrhea is there, then also you might be thinking to get it treated rather than, getting treated. As at the same time, it should be reported to the concerned company as well as regulatory agency. But unfortunately, this is not there. So, nobody knows that, ADRs are one of the leading causes of morbidity and mortality globally. More than 1 lakh deaths yearly are due to the ADRs. And if we talk about in terms of monetary or finances, around $136 billion is the loss which we are experiencing on annual basis. Right? And it is greater than the total cost of cardiovascular and diabetic care. Can you believe that? ADRs are the 4th leading cause of death, which is ahead of pulmonary diseases and even diabetes. So all these facts and figures are suggesting that there is there is a need to increase awareness into the masses. And unfortunately, Government of India is doing something, but they are not getting the support which is required from all of us, from the public. So being a healthcare professional, it's our responsibility to support all these type of campaigns. So, ADR reporting tools are there. ADR specific app is there. There is the dedicated number, there is a dedicated email which is being published by the Ministry of Health, and at the same time it is also published by some of the marketing authorization holders. With the responsibility, I can say that all of the marketing authorization holders are not too keen to follow the guidelines. So and this has been acknowledged by the ministry also, and they have planned to perform the inspections, and in very near future you will see the increased frequency of the inspections conducted by the pharmacovigilance professionals, rather regulators. So, and obviously, at that point of time, we will realize that pharmacovigilance is something which needs to be taken care of, because it's directly proportional to the health of your life, health of your population.
Agreed.
So, government is not going to, to be away from this particular responsibility.
Dr. Wasif, thank you very much for your valuable insight. I just want to give you some data. See, there are 1 lakh deaths occurring in US alone, though they are performing the pharmacovigilance transparently and on the 100% basis. And 2 lakhs deaths are occurring every year in Europe again. And in India, where this fraction of manufacturers and marketers are adopted right now the pharmacovigilance system, and even then the death is 4 lakhs per annum, and it could be in number of that. I'm just giving you one figure, which is vague figure for India. Once the all manufacturers and marketers will start performing PSUR as per the pharmacovigilance system, then it could be the any number. And the survey says, the JAMA report says that 30 to 40% cases are coming of ADR in the hospitals only. And the most important thing that I'm going to tell you about, that there are 15 lakhs doctors out here in India for medicinal practices. And the same 15 lakhs approximately are the alternative medicine practitioners. Now they are allowed to perform the surgery, and now they are writing allopathic medicine left and right, but they're not aware about the pharmacovigilance. Sorry, they're not aware about the pharmacovigilance and pharmacology as such.
Right.
And there are so many Zola type doctors also. They are prescribing medicine, they are giving medicine left and right, and there is no rule to stop that thing. This is challenging. And the most challenge is the patients are not aware. Even doctors and healthcare professionals are not accustomed to the sharing information back to the PVPI. And I'm telling to you, the PVPI is not responsible right now. They have not given any number. They're not advertising the things that this is the customer care number. Call us if you are facing any ADR cases anywhere in India. No. And so the manufacturers and marketers are not taking the responsibility because the rules are not in place right now. So who are suffering? We all patients are suffering. Indian populations are suffering. And just tell me, Dr. Wasif, what is the role and responsibility of a PVPI? Can PVPI coordinate with the manufacturers and marketers, and can they start workshop introducing and informing about the pharmacovigilance system, and then pharmacovigilance implementation across India? Is it possible? Can you give some suggestion?
Yes, this is very much possible, and let me introduce or let me rephrase this very thing, that pharmacovigilance program of India, PVPI, is working under the aegis of IPC, Indian Pharmacopoeia Commission, and ultimately, it's under the CDSCO, right? The Ministry of Health. So they are doing their job. I would say there might be some areas of improvement, of course, but they keep on organizing workshops. They keep on organizing some presentations, seminars, because why I'm saying these things with responsibility, because I have been part of their various conferences in capacity of one of the keynote speakers. But obviously, their target are the pharmacovigilance professionals who are working in different companies. They are also eyeing to get hold on marketing authorization holders. to convey what are the guidelines and regulations are for them. So and they have also run some sort of courses in order to make them aware what is pharmacovigilance and what is required from them, what is their expectations, right? But obviously, since we have so many marketing authorization holders, manufacturers in India, and it's really difficult to get penetrated in such a small amount of time, I would say. But as you rightly said, that there are some factors which are affecting the awareness of pharmacovigilance, because I have myself also seen, or rather, I have received a couple of reports wherein somebody took the tablet, and add some water and make a solution, and inject it to a patient, you know. It was not clear whether that very guy was the physician or healthcare professional, or simply the relative, or a friend of that very person. And, some allergic reactions were developed. And ultimately, that patient died. And I have also got one report wherein the quacks, he was injecting tetracycline into the eyes of one patient and using it as if it is an eye ointment, eye solution, and they were, he is injecting directly the tetracycline into the eye. So all these practices are there, and it is causing so many problems. But whatever is in our hand, we need to keep on making everybody aware of what is drug safety and pharmacovigilance and why it is required, right? So I would say that 5 to 10% of all the new hospitalizations are because of the adverse drug reactions. And as you said rightly, 35% almost the hospitalized patients, they experience adverse drug reactions. So this is very big question, because if the patient is hospitalized, they are in the investigation, vigilance of the doctors or the healthcare professionals. So why they are still they are developing these adverse drug reactions? This is a big question.
Absolutely. Dr. Wasif, thank you very much for, again, because you have given a very detailed information about your due to your experience and working with the PVPI as well. So my aim is just to make the PVPI motivated, come forward, join hands together with the organization like, see, we are representing Rabdi Meher, a national NGO, especially we are working for the pharma and healthcare professionals and the government officials as well. So
right.
My aim is just to PVPI should come forward, join hands together with the industry, and then it should be conveyed to industry first. There should be implementation part of pharmacovigilance first. Then we should move second step to conducting workshop for the patients, for the social workers, then to the finally everyone. But it's need of the art to advertise, but they are in a sleeping mode, I think so. So nobody knows PVPI. Even I cannot define you what is the meaning of PVPI. So most of the qualified person, even if we will talk, that they don't understand that PV means. It's a matter of concern for India especially. So I always say one thing, Dr. Wasif, you will hope you will understand this thing, that there should be a Pharma India, Team Pharma India. Team Pharma India would be a team of government officials, industry people, social workers, NGOs, and the pharma stakeholders team. That the responsibility of those Team Pharma India would be taking care the different aspects of pharma industry as such. One is implementation part of pharmacovigilance, where we are lacking and why we are lacking. Okay, and giving performance annually to the government and to the industry. Second thing, I always pointed out about the export. Government of India has the vision, pharma vision document. But where is the pharma vision document? I'm also an exporter, but I don't have pharma vision document. And I think it is happening everywhere in the industry. So the team Pharma India responsibility is to conduct workshop and convey the information what is mentioned in the pharma vision or pharma document. Likewise, if something is going wrong in the industry, something there is a dispute of regulators or the industry or the distributors or the retailers, so we can resolve that. So Team Pharma India can resolve that. We should not go to the court. So ultimately, we have to ease the business, and ease of business is possible only when we will be away from the court. Because once we will start going court, so we'll lose our note. So it is better.
Okay.
There should be Team Pharma India that can take care industry, and the same formula should be applied to every other industries as well. So government alone cannot do anything. In what is the meaning of government? We always say government doing this or government doing that or not doing this. Ultimately, we are the government. We are the government. Exactly. We are running the show of the country. So we all are one. We are not two different angle actually. So we have to join together. We have to convey the information to the government, what is doing right now and what is the lagging, where we are lacking. Ultimately, this is our country. We have to take care of the every life of the country, people. Because this is a very, very serious concern, even more serious than the COVID. Because
exactly, because I agree what you are concerned of, because pharmacovigilance, the concept of pharmacovigilance triggers with the safety aspects or drug safety problems within the masses, because this is the responsibility of each and every state to take care of their population's well-being, right? So drug safety also plays an important role, and yes, that is going to be a very good platform, Team Pharma India, as you rightly talking about, because by this way we would be able to reach directly to the prescribers, to the consumers, the patients, and the masses, because ultimately the information is very, very important when it comes to direct communication with the patient or the prescribers, right? Because that is the ultimate goal of the pharmacovigilance, right? Because there are three most important stakeholders of pharmacovigilance. One is the regulatory authority, second is the pharma companies, the MAs, and third, but most important, is the public. Because creating awareness in the public is very important, because they are the source of information.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so we need to motivate them that while reporting any adverse drug reactions or side effect, they are serving the nation, they are serving the society. So this is important. And once I was part of a conference in Hyderabad a couple of years back, everybody was blaming the government, that government is not doing this, government is not doing that. So they asked me the question by the end of my speech. They asked the question, what is government doing? At that point of time, government has not published the guidelines, by the way.
Okay.
So I said that most of us who are present in this conference hall, we are the healthcare professionals. So tell me, how many cases, how many adverse event you yourself has reported? Not for yourself, but for your relatives, for your friends, for your neighbors. So nobody raised their hand, and that was surprising. That being healthcare professional, if we have not done our duties, how can we blame our government? Yeah. So let's join hands with the government and play the important or integral role in awareing about pharmacovigilance, or some other important aspects of the pharma industry. That's a nice decision, and I think that if I look your track record, I am very much sure that you are going to do this. So count me in if you are planning anything like this.
You are angel for this country. You are asset of this country, because whatever you are doing, you are contributing a lot for the nation first, and then for the world over. Dr. Wasif, how can you relate the pharmacovigilance with COVID-19?
Oh, that's $1 million
But before
question.
that, I want one very funny question. Do you want to sing something?
Sorry?
Do you want to sing something? As per your comfort zone, but I would like to listen that. Even 2 lines only.
I can't claim that even I'm a bathroom singer.
No worry.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
No, because I am nothing comes into my mind at this point of time because I am in a mode of drug safety or these things. So if you would like to sing, I would really appreciate.
ऐ मेरे वतन के लोगों, जरा आंख में भर लो पानी, जो शहीद हुए हैं उनको जरा याद करो कुर्बानी. Dr. Wasif, Dr. Wasif, why I sing a song? Because those who are dying because of the ADR cases, they are just, you can say they are shaheed actually.
Exactly. That's what
they are not dying actually. They're forced to die.
No, I echo each of your word, because I have myself seen my aunt. She was also one of the shaheed, I would say, because lack of proper treatment, I would say. She died because of lack of proper treatment, and that is something which had happened in every case, I would say. People died in COVID, and most of them are because of the lack of proper treatment. And at that point of time, nobody was even aware of how we can treat the patients. No treatment clarity was there, I can say with the responsibility. Whatever my personal experience was, you might have seen, Mr. Shabazz, there were, everybody is basically, there was only one method, which was hit and try. Nobody has the clue. Anti-malarials, antibiotics, steroids, or even remdesivir, ivermectin, whatever comes to their mind, they were giving to the patient. I have seen, I'm not talking about the metro cities, I am talking about the small cities and towns and villages, because I was there in my hometown at that point of time. I have seen. And there are some, as I rightly said, that each and every drug is unsafe, I can say, and people were administering many drugs. And to add to this, there were some household remedies which were also contributing. So, nobody was clear, and people were taking a number of medications by themselves, or even the doctors, they were also clueless, and they were also prescribing so many medicines, and nobody was watching at that point of time. No particular vigilant was there. So, yeah, obviously, there were not many cases of drug safety, and you might get surprised that there is a huge underreporting with respect to adverse drug reaction. Absolutely. in our country. Or that has happened everywhere, but it has happened in a big way in India.
Dr. Wasif, thank you very much for your valuable insight on all the questions and sharing the experience and the vision for drug safety. Especially drug safety is nothing but the pharmacovigilance. Just in a few words, I would like to listen from your side. What is the how you feel about working with the Pharma Ratan organizing team, and we want to say something about the Pharma Ratan Award?
Yes, a Pharma Ratan concept is very close to my heart. Yeah, I was thrilled, and even at this point of time, I can relate to the adrenaline secretion feeling of that point of time. When you share that idea with me, I was like, oh man, this is going to be huge. And by this way, we would be able to serve not only our industry, but our country as a whole. And when we reach to this point, I can say that there are some people across the globe. They know all of us that we are a family of Pharma Ratan, right? And this is the achievement of us as a team. So obviously, Pharma Ratan is unique, not only by its catchy name, but also from the perspective that we have felicitated to the contributors, not only from pharma background, but we have also felicitated to the relevant NGOs, to the people who has contributed to the society. So that's is going to be one of the I think that we have already achieved that level, that we are renowned. We are a renowned name in pharma.
I just want to inform on behalf of you, we are going to organize Pharma Ratan 2022, and there would be three Pharma Ratan in 2022. One is Pharma Ratan Asia in Uzbekistan, hopefully in April, and Pharma Ratan Africa in Nairobi, Kenya in the month of August, hopefully, and Pharma Ratan Universe in India as in November.
November.
Yes. So three Pharma Ratan will going to be happening.
Looking forward. Looking forward, Captain Saab,
we'll move towards London, New York, Brazil then.
Oh, perfect.
And this time we will be having a Pharma Ratan Award along with the B2B meet.
Perfect. So there is one message, since I am from drug safety and pharmacovigilance background, there is one message which I would like to convey to the fellow pharma companies, or the colleagues who are working in pharma companies, or the owners of the pharma companies, that, guys, contribute to your country, contribute to the societies, and develop a drug safety or pharmacovigilance system in your companies. It's not that costly, trust me. It's a very cost-effective, or you can involve any of your current colleague or any of your team member, and ask them to write the guidelines which are there in the public domain. Okay, and because by this way you will be getting about your drugs, whether you have to improve some of the aspect of your drugs or not, and it is going to contribute in a big way. So once you have the pharmacovigilance system in place, you will get data, you will get each and everything which is required. So develop each and everything, and you will have the confidence to face the inspectors, and do it now, because otherwise inspectors are going to come to visit all of us, and then we would be surprised, and then we have no option than develop the pharmacovigilance or drug safety system for our products, for our company, right? That is my message, and that's how we can contribute.
I hope one day PVPI will start working like CDCO. I am very much happy that CDCO has performed very well during COVID. and after COVID, and I think one of the renowned institution in India. So hope PVPI will follow the same pathway, and
PVPI is a part
requesting
of
everybody.
CSCO.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is requesting every audience to subscribe and like this video to make it more popular, because Dr. Wasif is a global icon. So his icon should be globally only. So more number of like and subscribes we require. So thank you very much watching PR Talk Show. Thank you very much, Dr. Wasif, joining hands together. Hope we'll join hands together again, once again over the time. Thank you very much.
Thanks, sir. Thank you very much.